You're 30 seconds into an all-out sprint. Your lungs are heaving, gasping for air, and a heavy, creeping burn is starting to spread through your legs. Under the skin, your muscle fibers are stretching and straining at maximum capacity. At this exact moment, you hit a physiological wall. Your legs are demanding energy far faster than your lungs can supply oxygen to your bloodstream. You've built up an oxygen debt, and without that oxygen, your cell's primary microscopic engines, the mitochondria, completely stall out. To keep you moving, your cells trigger an emergency backup protocol called anaerobic respiration. It's a built-in biological override that allows your body to generate power entirely without oxygen. That intense burn radiating through your thighs is the physical evidence of an elegant survival mechanism kicking in to keep you upright. To understand how this override works, we have to look at how your cells operate when you're simply resting. When oxygen is abundant, your cells act as highly efficient powerhouses. This flowchart illustrates normal aerobic respiration. You breathe oxygen in, and the cell uses it to manufacture ATP, adenosine triphosphate. ATP is the universal energy currency of life. And with oxygen present, the cell drops a massive payload of it, generating a highly profitable stack of 36 ATP molecules for every unit of fuel it processes. But mid-sprint, that oxygen supply is cut off. To prevent a total shutdown, the cell abandons its normal, complex processing cycle and takes a desperate shortcut. By skipping the oxygen-dependent steps, the energy yield plummets to just 2 units of ATP. But there is a massive upside. This tiny amount of energy is produced almost instantaneously. It's a terrible return on investment, but the sheer rapid-fire speed of that low-yield production provides exactly enough raw power to keep your legs pumping for those final few seconds of the race. During a physical crisis, your cell acts as a ruthless economist. It willingly sacrifices long-term efficiency for immediate, short-term survival. But taking that emergency shortcut comes with harsh chemical consequences. Inside human muscle tissue, this specific workaround is known as lactic acid fermentation. Because the cell skips the final, clean stages of oxygen processing, it can't fully break down its fuel. It leaves behind a toxic, acidic byproduct that rapidly pools inside the muscle fibers. That microscopic buildup of lactic acid triggers the pain receptors in your tissue. It is the exact, literal cause of the intense burning sensation you feel on the track. The physical pain is simply the biological receipt for borrowing cellular energy without having the oxygen to pay for it. Humans, however, are not the only organisms equipped with this biological workaround. Yeast organisms take this even further, utilizing anaerobic respiration as a permanent survival strategy whenever they find themselves in oxygen-deprived environments. This logic tree compares these biological workarounds side by side. While human muscle cells branch off to produce lactic acid, yeast uses a distinct pathway known as alcoholic fermentation. Without oxygen, yeast breaks down fuel, leaving behind 2 chemical byproducts, alcohol and carbon dioxide gas. Depriving these organisms of oxygen doesn't end their life, it alters their entire chemical output. And we have taken full advantage of that altered output, turning a microscopic survival tactic into a pillar of human food production. When you trap yeast in a ball of wheat and water, it suffocates. It switches to alcoholic fermentation, and the carbon dioxide it exhales creates tiny, expanding bubbles. That gas is the exact mechanism that forces bread dough to rise. Take that same yeast, trap it in a vat of barley and water, and the liquid alcohol byproduct it leaves behind becomes the foundation of brewing beer. Even lactic acid fermentation has a place in your kitchen. Specific bacteria strains use the exact same chemical process that makes our muscles burn to curdle milk, giving yogurt its thick texture and tangy flavor. The invisible engine turning basic ingredients into the foods we love is the exact same biological workaround that keeps your legs moving on a running track.